Hi, it's Marianne. I'm here today with a Free Flow Wednesday for the Crafty Maven's Getaway channel. And today I decided to make a layout about my love of Barbies from when I was a child, or, younger. So I've always loved everything Barbie. I played long after I should have stopped, probably when I was 13 or yeah, probably into my 13th year. So I went on, I've had this idea for a page for a long time. I went on, I have a lot of things on Pinterest, but then I went on Google Images and I found some images of the toys that I had and really loved and held a lot of memories for me. So the one picture, like the first picture of a Malibu Barbie, she's not exactly Barbie, she's Francie, or she's PJ actually, and I just know that she's the doll I always picked up first and wanted to be and she held the most memory for me. And because I grew up in the early 70s, the Malibu Barbies spoke to me the most, so I found a little piece of a picture from a catalog from Sears, and I printed out that, and then there were two other a Barbie beach camper and a Barbie that had her hands like grasped onto certain objects. And so I printed a picture of her, and I actually still have that little suitcase that she's holding on to. So that has meaning to me. It held the most memory to me. So that's why I went with that. So basically for the layout, I started with a piece of white cardstock, and then I cut down that hello square, and the card and the you and me card are from, I believe it's an Echo Park sheet. It's very girly, and the heart paper here, I can't really remember what that's from. I think it actually is Amy Tangerine. Yeah, it might be from her. So my idea was just to make a very pink layout, because that pink to me really says Barbie like no others. I also had a few die cuts from Dear Lizzie, and I pulled out just some pink and purple that I thought maybe that might make it onto my page. And at this point I wasn't really sure what direction I was going to go with. So the opposite side of that little heart paper had a really great pattern on it, very 80s looking to me. So I thought maybe I would use some of that, but it was just too much. And I know that I want to leave room for journaling, because that's really an important thing on this layout for me. Sometimes it's really not a focus of my layouts, but on this one I do want to say how much I loved Barbies, and the special memory it holds for me, because I always have loved all of that. And it was never about like, for me, some people are against Barbie because they feel like it's a sexist kind of thing, or the ideal woman will never look like Barbie. It was never about that for me. I just always took it at face value. It's a doll. I played with it. I thought it was wonderful. And the same thing with, I have two daughters, and we were always had dolls in the house, and they loved Barbie too, but it was never about her looks or anything like that. I have raised very empowered girls, so it's not about that. So I used the camera and two little hearts. Those are going to be the die cuts that I used from the Dear Lizzie. And when I decided I was going to use that you and me card, the ampersand is a Kelly green, and so I thought I needed another color on here. So I went looking through my scraps, and I came across this one. I think it's from Glitz. I could be wrong, but it was in my scraps, a nice big piece. So I'm happy to use it up. So I'm just going to cut it so that it peeks out on two sides. And really, that's really speaks to me, that pink and that green together. I just love that together. I have these letters from We Are Memory Keepers. They're actually vinyl and pretty cool. So I'm going to just write my title with those, Hello Barbie. And then when I get everything laid out, I think off camera I did all my gluing together. But basically, you know, it's a pretty simple page, but holds a lot of meaning for me, and I'm glad to document it. So I hope you will also think about documenting something from your childhood that you loved. If you're like me, you have a few Pinterest boards going about childhood loves and, you know, things from the past. And, you know, I think it's worth it to document those things, even if it's just something personal to you. Nothing wrong with that. So then these are all my page elements. Everything's glued down except for my journaling there. And I just felt like it needed a little something to break it up, so I just took some thin black polka dot washi, and I'm going to add that in 3 places. And I'm popping up the camera. That camera die cut just looked like Barbie to me. So I found a nice home on my layout, and those 2 heart die cuts. So I'm just going to finish off the page here with my last couple of items. And off camera, I show a still picture at the end, and it just needed a little something extra after this, so I do what I always do when I want a finishing touch. I use some enamel dots. So I put one on the camera, one in the center there, and a few around. So I went looking through my flare, and I found one that said lovely. It was white with pink writing, so kind of perfect for the page. And it seems like I never use flare anymore. So it was nice to use that on a page. And so I'm going to put 2 enamel dots by the flare, 1 in the camera, and then I'm going to put 3 down by the journaling. And I'm just looking to see there what I like. And it's a very pink page, but definitely what I would say is my style. So thanks so much for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye.